How you doing, brother?
What's up, dude?
I'm doing. How you doing?
Oh, another week, another fun. See what the week brings.
How many pops you have?
No idea.
What do you mean you
I
have
think
no
I
idea?
think I think Johnny Funko asked me the same question, and I honestly cannot give you an answer. I have no idea.
What do you so what was the hardest question that he asked you?
Mm, I don't know. I did pretty good on the trivia. I think I missed a few things, and it was Disney, so it wasn't too bad.
You don't know how many pops you have?
And not at all.
100.
Maybe 100 or 2. I guess.
200.
Maybe. I don't know.
300.
But I'm guessing any way I look at it because I mean
300?
I got everything you see back here. The bottom's probably got the most. I got everything up top there too, which you kind of can't see. I've got a whole shelf back behind me. Um, I've got some holiday ones sitting on the floor back here. We've got holiday ones in the basket downstairs. I've got ones on the shelf in the closet that we were once trying to sell on eBay. To be honest, no idea, not a clue.
300.
Sure, sounds good.
You don't you or so what you're saying is you're like me and you don't know.
No, and I may never know. I mean, I don't put my items into like Pop Price Guide or anything like that. I
Did you
don't keep.
start to?
I don't, at one point, I think when I was doing more of the Funko mystery boxes and I was scanning the pricing and seeing what pricing was and stuff like that, I was probably more on top of where my pops were as far as pricing goes, but um I haven't looked at any of this. I have no idea as far as value of any of my pops right now. To be 1,000% honest.
Zero it out. So you're saying that you fall into the same problems that I fall into. That any time that I start like saying how many pops I really have, it's really just like a guesstimate based on
No.
like how many pops should be on the front of the shelf versus how many pops are laying all on my floor versus how many pops are in boxes versus how many pops are in totes versus how many pops. Maybe I need a storage unit. Maybe that's the trick.
Possible. But every time I think we do a thing where when start to feel like I'm really running out of room or
I'm out
it's
of room.
too much,
Been
I'll
out of room.
purge. I'll purge again.
I'm out of room. I've been out of room. I am grossly negligently out of room. Like like till the point that my skee ball table has probably 50 pops on it. I mean, I am
I
grossly
know
out of
you have way more than I do. I know Chase has extraordinarily way more than I do. But then again, I think you guys have a tendency to buy them more than I do. I probably get maybe a couple a month here and there for stuff that I'm really wanting. Like I've just ordered, and I didn't even know it came out. To be 1,000 honest, I was looking on Amazon the other day and found that there's a new Walt Disney um, pop
All right.
with I'm holding a newspaper.
So honestly, I probably only buy like 3 and 4 pops a month now, whereas I probably used to buy like 3 and 4 pops a week. I'm
Yeah,
probably at like 3 or 4 a month, only because they're not coming out with anything like they're not coming out with real fire. I mean, let's be completely honest, right? I mean, they're not coming out with like stuff that's just you got to have. I mean, they're
well,
not coming out with that stuff.
there's plenty. Like I said, other than the Walt ones, when I see a Walt Disney one, I'll probably it's like I hate I see that I gotta have it. There's a bunch. We've talked to many on the show about different ones coming out. And it's like, man, that one looks cool. The last one I could really say that came out that I had to have was the Power Line. A big Goofy movie fan. Had to have that Power Line pop. But other than that, I kind of just take it as I still have a habit of if I go to Walmart or if I go to Target,
Look, right?
I
Yeah,
have to look in their section. Now,
right.
my Walmart sucks because they still have Zeus from Thor: Love and Thunder. A bunch of them still sitting over there. But um, yeah, I always have to look. And sometimes I find something that I like. My Target's big on usually the newest ones. I leave at the counter,
You
so
still
usually check the counter out first.
okay, going to Target.
Well, my wife does have a lot of Target and stuff like that, and we've got a larger one in the area. Now, again, for my area, it's hard because we have not only a lot of cast members from Disney that live in my area, but we also get a lot of tourists. So a lot of tourists will go to the same Targets or Walmarts that I normally would go to. So they still pick up a lot of that stuff, and so unfortunately, I don't get as much. I guess finding items in the wild as I would like to, but I get majority of my stuff from Amazon. To be 1,000% honest.
I think lately I get the majority of my stuff from the community. I mean, I appreciate you guys now that I think about that. Lately, most of my stuff is coming from the community. I have not really bought a lot of pops in a long time, but that's really because I am grossly out of space. I mean to the point that I started doing the shorts on what's on Wayne's desk. That's not even a joke. Those pops that I've been going through for like a week now are legitimately stacked on my desk. I mean, they're 100% what's on my desk.
Well, it's funny because I noticed there's a current trend in the Funko community of some people of doing studio tours.
Yes.
And I really don't watch them. I see the flicks because again, I understand that's probably not the reality. The reality is, you know, what you see is probably looks a lot cleaner than the rest of the room.
So when I do my studio tours, legitimately, that's my studio. So, and you know this because
Yeah.
you know me. That's legitimately I am honestly a very organized person, but somehow this has kind of slipped away from me. I plan on ripping everything out of here though in the next like 2 or 3 months. When I say everything, like I'm going to pack everything up in boxes and move it out of this room, and then I'm going to completely redo this room.
Mm.
So this I could because hear me out, because you understand these problems. Now that I'm looking at my lighting and I'm looking at where I have my green screen and my different things that I have set up in here, I think I would like to put tracks on my ceiling for my lighting. So I would
Mm.
like my
Track lighting
lighting
is
to I
really
would
good.
like it to be on the tracks. So I want to take my lighting, basically take it off the tripods and stick it on the roof on tracks so that I can move it around. Then I there's so many things that I want to do now that I'm like, all right, my desk is set up so where I can shoot one, two, three, four, five different angles at any given time with the mounted stuff on them. I Every time I looked at my studio, I looked at it like how functional is it? How can I make it functional? And now that I've dealt with the wires all over my floor, I'm like, I can get the wires off my floor, run them up the wall, put everything on the ceiling, and then I don't have to contend with wires everywhere. So when you see mine, other than right now, it is a disaster, but it is legitimately what it looks like. Let's hit
Well,
that chat up and
for me, the only time this background usually because when my wife will sometimes when she gets creative or it's the holidays, especially, she'll do stuff with the background. But she completely does the background. I
well,
got no say in
that's
it.
the other thing is, me and you had talked, and I said that I want to do a changing background, which is
Mhm.
something that I would not necessarily be designing from new because it's nothing new to productions and studios, but it would be something that was new to me. So I've always wanted to design a wheeling wall, a
Oh, that'd
wall
be
that I
cool.
could wheel in and out of a scene based on like, and I could change what was on it. So for like Christmas, I could put a fireplace with the stockings. For Halloween, I could do like the Tales of the Crypt House or the Haunted Mansion, which you said
Yeah,
that you were
I
doing, which is
want I want to
golden.
do
That
I
is
want to do a
golden.
haunted mansion theme.
Yes.
I just don't have enough. Going outside to look for like just haunted mansion memorabilia at Disney. I'd love to include more pops, but I just I can't find any right now. So if anyone's looking to sell some haunted mansion pops, let me know.
Right. So there's different things that I wanna do now, and I think there was a time where I thought, like, I didn't want everything in here to be black, so I only have, like, one wall that's black, and then everything else is kind of this space gray. I want it all black now. I want it all black, so you know how it goes. Things change, and you start looking at things differently. Let's hit that chat up real quick,
That's
though,
it.
because I have a few people that are not in the chat that I want to give a shout out. before we do that. So this is two young guys that kind of commented. I know y'all all remember, like when you would comment on somebody's stuff. You had just started your channel, you had maybe 100 subscribers, and you said, "Hey, could you shout me out?" And most of the time, people said no. Well, this is the first time somebody's honestly asked me to shout them out in a really long time. So I thought that I would do it. So it's Crock.
Do they wear Crocs?
Crock asked me to shout him out today. So I'm just going to throw that out there in case I didn't say that right.
Crocs wear Crocs?
In case I didn't say that right. You're going to get to see that one. And then I had a Thin Colossus 5339.
I don't think it's an anime. I think you can, figure that out. I couldn't figure that out.
You couldn't figure that out, could you? You were trying. It's Thin Colossus, whatever. But I did it. There you go, guys.
I don't know.
It's two young guys. Look, if you get a minute, go check them out. Let's hit that chat up.
All right. First, we had in here, usual. We have Chase's Kingdom. Hell's Kingdom. Hey, sorry, buddy. I did not make it to the show this weekend. I was out mowing the lawn, unfortunately.
I promise you, Chase, one day I'm going to make it to that show. I absolutely guarantee you one day I'm going to make it.
I usually plan on it, but the out here in Florida when it's been starting to rain more, so the grass gets absolutely crazy. So I have to do it like every other week now. So it was getting really bad last week.
We cut our grass every week, so I'm not listening to you. All right. So but here's my thing. I'm not a morning person.
As much to cut as you do.
I'm not a morning person. I'm 1,000% not a morning person, and that's on one of the days where I get to kind of sleep in. So I'm like by the time his show comes on, I'm just drinking my first cup of coffee, and it's not gonna. I'm one of these days it'll happen.
Well, we had Chase. We have OTT with G. What's going on, buddy? Appreciate you stopping by. We have Dominican Lou. What's going on, buddy? Appreciate you stopping by. We've got Zach Bonifer in the house. What's going on? Appreciate it. We got Miss Christina Payne, the best.
Miss Payne gave us a theater trick today.
Yeah, that was an interesting one. We also have Simon Cook, our friend from Canada, of course, representing up there. We've also got who else has commented? Let me go down the line. If I'm missing I know I'm missing somebody. Y'all just started chatting their way up there. So there we go. Bees popping. What's going on? Appreciate you stopping on by.
I haven't seen bees popping in a long time.
No. We also had Johnny Knight stop in. What's going on? We had Wayne. She questions your organization.
It's rough right now. It's so rough right now.
We have Kenneth Bird in the house. What's going on? Appreciate you stopping by. And where else are we? I think I'm getting lost here. Man, you guys have been chatting it up. I think that's about it. I know we have more people in the live that just haven't commented yet. So throw us down a comment and we will put you up on the screen.
So this is kind of where I was going with the like how many pops are in your collection, because I didn't really get into like the whole like putting them into the what was that app? Funko has that app, right? The Funko app. Is that what it's called? The Funko app. I didn't ever for a little while there. I think maybe I put my first 20 pops in the Funko app as these are pops I have, and then I just kind of quit at some point. It wasn't that interesting to me. It wasn't something that I kept doing. Every once in a while, I know you see like the pops on the rise post, right? These guys right here. I know you.
Yeah, I did like that one last week when you showed it.
So every once in a while, you catch these like pops on the rise, and today
because I realized I think that some of these I've given away.
So today, I'm looking for content as I always do on Tuesdays. I start searching the internet for every piece of news that is out there that we didn't go over last week. And I'm looking at this Miles, and I look to the right of me, and it's sitting on my shelf without the box. I've had this thing sitting out of the box since I bought it, and I'm looking at it and looking at this, and I said, well, it can't be the PX exclusive, right? It can't be. So I went to looking for the box, and an hour later, I still couldn't find the box. And I said, well, it must not be that one. So then it dawns on me where I have all the boxes at, because I have them in a Tupperware and they're just kind of all packed down. So I go to the Tupperware, I find the box for this pop. It's been sitting on my shelf now for years and years and years. That is now trending out. at 170 to $200. So I'm gonna put it in a. I'm gonna put it in a
What's
soft.
funny is I think I've had this one again. I've had multiple miles,
I'm gonna put it in a self
and
protector now.
I think I've given away a lot of miles pops. It's very possible I have had this one and I've given it away. I think it's incredibly possible I've done that.
So it had to go into soft protector now. So it's almost protected. Almost protected. I guess when I seen the price was it 170 to 200. I thought maybe it needed to come off my shelf and go back into the box.
But I think for me that this is my problem. I give stuff away and I don't even check the pricing before I give stuff away. So I could be giving people away really good items and I have no idea I have.
So Simon says he got this one customized when it was $10. I have quite a few pops that are sitting out that I'm now questioning like their value that are just kind of like sitting out and have been sitting out for a really long time. So I might go back at some point as I'm getting everything out of here and getting ready to redo it. I might like start going through the pop price guide and just kind of
Yeah, just scanning
see
them as you take down. Why not?
just starting to see what they're like. And that was where I was leading with the whole, like, do you know how many pops are in your collection? Because I don't have a clue. Not only do I not have a clue what's in my collection, I don't know what they're worth. So it's and I guess there's a part of me that doesn't really care. I mean, so there's that,
I
right?
think that's where I'm at. For me, it doesn't bother me either way. And
Just
yeah,
'cause
I guess if I give away a high dollar pop, then it didn't really want in my collection anyway. So hey, better to have let somebody else have it, I suppose.
true. Very true. Chase says, "Just go and scan the boxes. Just go and scan the boxes." So, let me get this down real quick. So you still don't know how many pops are in your collection? I don't either, but maybe when I get all of this cleaned out, maybe I'll count them. Maybe that's a good idea. Maybe I should count them to find out how many are here. Customized when he was $10 a piece. Did you see that Funko is about to start their Funko tour? Have you seen any of
Oh,
this?
that's a stupid ass thing with a
What do you
butt.
mean?
I think that thing's dumb.
You think what is dumb?
The whole Funko tour thing. It's just weird.
So Funko is about to start their tour. Their first one is going to be, I want to say it was July. Let me scroll on here and find out because it one of these it tells me exactly like when it's supposed to kick off, and it is supposed to kick off. The very first one's going to be in July 7th. It's going to be in Nashville, Tennessee. We have July 8th. It's going to be in Springfield, Missouri. Then July 9th. It's going to be in Arkansas. 11th, Oklahoma, 12th, Oklahoma, 13th, Texas, New Mexico, Texas, Arizona, and then San Diego Comic Con. So when they initially announced this, they said that it was you're going to have the games. Remember, we were talking about it's going to have like fair games. It's going to have some strange stuff, right? And they're going to be giving away prototypes and then there was some other stuff that was going to be exclusive that they didn't really tell you about until now. So they're going to be going on and they're going to have this blockbuster rewind Freddy Funko on the thing, and the initial they're going to go up for sale, but the initial batch of these guys are going to be given away on their what they are calling, and this is what they're calling it. I don't call it this. They're calling it the marketing excursion or something stupid to that effect. It looks like there's going to be a chase variant to this guy because they show you one in black and white, they show you one in color, which only makes sense that means there's going to be a chase variant to this. If there is a chase variant to this, this will be the hottest Freddy Funko of 2023. Hands down. This will be the one to get your hands on. How many are you getting?
Absolutely none.
You're kidding me.
I think it's the dumbest thing ever, to be
What?
honest. Oh
You
yeah.
don't like that VHS case?
I actually do not.
What?
And mind you, I mean, you know me, I'm a big pop culture type thing, and of course, Blockbuster definitely has its time in the pop culture world. I just think it's had its time, and we should leave it in its time. and I think it should be just left there. I think this is just a weird play. I don't know. I just think this is weird as hell.
All right, so everybody like hit that. There's those little hearts right there, right beside the screen, right? Make sure you're taking advantage of those hearts because I haven't been monitoring the chat on there, and I'm gonna get on there and monitor that real quick. That way, we catch any and all like comments. We don't catch them all. I can't believe that you're not behind this because I thought for sure with the VHS cover because that's what it is. It's like a VHS tape. You're gonna pop this thing open. He's gonna be inside of it. I thought that you would have been behind this one, but I'm telling
Well,
y'all, listen to me.
here's the thing: first of all, it's Freddy Funko, and to
Yes,
me nowadays that I can be picky and choosy with my collection and get things that I want. I mean, really, for the most part, unless it's something Disney or unless it's something Marvel that I really really want, I really don't go after it. The only other weird oddities that I have is like Halo, Back to the Future, and some Stranger Things. That's about it. That's the only thing that that goes outside of that Disney realm.
so look, I agree with you, and I see Chase as another gimmick. I Bunko's full of gimmicks. That's what the whole company is about. The whole company is just one gimmick. Um, this is hot. I mean, this is something new. This is something cool. This is going to bring in a bunch of
You very
VH.
well may be right on this, but I don't know.
This is
It,
hot. I'm telling you, this is hot. Look, if I was gonna buy something and resell it, this is what I would be going after right now. This is what I would be spending my money on. If I was going to add value to my collection and another Funko Freddy, because I want to add another Funko Freddy, you can tell I like Funko Freddys. I would be going after this. I want multiple of this.
you know what this reminds me? This character reminds me of. It reminds me of a combination. Take a combination between a Funko Soda character and a Dorb head with a Funko Soda body.
I
That's
agree with you.
basically
It
what this
it
is.
it does have some strange remnants that I couldn't really like figure out. It has some strange like what is this? Chase is also correct on this, but they don't really market to kids. They're marketing to us. They don't the kids don't buy
Yeah,
these things. We
I don't.
buy these
Yeah,
things. This is not something kids buy. We're buying these things. They're marketing these to us. This were when I looked at it, I was trying to figure it out, right? I was honestly trying to figure out what this thing reminds me of. So do you remember the very first ones they came out with, the wacky wobblers?
I
Is
do
what I
remember. Yeah.
That's what this reminds me of. This reminds me of those very first ugly, wacky wobblers that Funko came out with, that they went to their first San Diego Comic-Con that was a huge flop. No one was really buying them back then, even though now those things are worth god awful amounts of money. That's what this is. This is that. This is one of those weird bobblehead tall things. And look, I don't even think it's that tall. I think it's more maybe a little bit bigger than a soda. And I even think we're gonna find out that maybe it's the size of a soda. I mean,
Yeah,
the
I think it's gonna be at least around the size of a soda.
yeah, I mean, so we might even find out it's the size of a soda. This thing is gonna be hot. I'm telling you, this is gonna be hot. But this opens the door for them, and they are going to make so many VHS now. Think about how many blockbuster rewinds they can do. You can do anything and everything that was in Blockbuster, they will have open to their doors to do.
I don't know. I think there are certain things in this world that just needs to be left in the past. And Blockbuster, I definitely think is one.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Blockbuster to me, I don't have any like positive or negative feelings attached to Blockbuster, other than the fact you used to be able to go rent your video games for the weekend there. You'd bring your video game home for the weekend, and you and your friends' sole purpose in life would be to beat that video game that weekend before you had to take it back. I mean, so
Oh
that's
yeah.
that's the only like big part of Blockbuster that I truly remember. Other than that, I mean, it was just a store that was hugely popular for a long time. I think that this is genius. This maybe this puts some spice back into Blockbuster. Maybe they come back out with something else.
There's only one Blockbuster left in the world.
What do you mean?
You don't know that there's one still in Oregon.
No, there's not.
It's privately owned, but yes, Blockbuster let them keep the actual naming and everything about it. There is one in Oregon that is still existing.
There's still a Blockbusters out there.
Mhm.
I'm
There's
gonna
one,
have to
well, only
I'm
one.
I'm gonna have to visit Blockbusters one day. I'm gonna have to go there one day. So I seen Simon earlier said that he went to Funko Hollywood and there was nothing there that he couldn't get at home. That's slightly disturbing, but I was just gonna keep that to myself until now. Brian Mariotti, did you see that he recently put his house up for sale again? So this isn't the first time he put his house up for sale. This is the second time that he's put his house up for sale. Let me see if I can get this like pulled up real quick. Here we are. So he's actually put his house up for sale earlier, maybe like a year ago. He had it originally listed at $39 million is what he wanted for his home. He paid 16 million for it. And then he did some renovations and some other things. Here's the aerial view of it. So he originally put it on the market like a year ago at 39,000. It wasn't selling. He reduced it down to 32 million. It still wasn't selling, so they took it off the market for a while. They just put it back on the market at 29,997 or something stupid like that. They put some weird numbers in there. Check out this house though. So they've got some pictures of it here. This is what your Funkos are buying, Mr. Brian Mariotti.
It must have helped win this severance package when he left
check,
last time.
check this thing out. Look at that kitchen table. I mean, that is what is going on?
I don't know. I don't know. It's. I don't care for Brian Mariotti. I mean, I get it.
Look
He
look at this theater room.
with the Star Wars characters.
Look
I don't know. I mean, the question is, you're trying to sell it for that much. What are you trying to buy?
$29 million is what he's trying to sell it for now. He originally bought it at 16 million. He bought the property beside it, then took that property and expanded it into this property. Um, I think that it's too much because of what he paid for it 2 years ago versus, it's this reminds me of, do you ever have a hot rod or something, a vehicle that you put a lot of money into just for fun?
Well, I was never a car guy, so not well, sort of. Maybe my first car was a Volkswagen Bug, and I was me and my friends were all into Bugs for some reason. So I tried being a car guy and quickly realized I do not have mechanical abilities.
So this is what this house reminds me of. This house reminds me of you bought a Camaro for, let's say, $12,000. You then spent another $12,000 putting upgrades in it. So now you're in it for $24,000. Then you try and sell it, and people will only pay $12,000 for it because that's all the market says it's worth. The market doesn't say care if you put another $12,000 into the motor.
Well, really, what he needs to think about is you really have two options at this point: either hold on to it for a lot longer and wait, because the problem is you bought at the wrong time, and you went with either hold it for longer or be accepting with taking the loss.
Simon says, and let me present to you where Funko profits are.
Mhm.
That's right. So look, I'm 100% with you. He probably didn't buy it 2 years ago in the best market on the planet. He probably overpaid for it then because he wanted it. He I see my wife. She's yeah. I'm gonna need a few more super chats. So he probably didn't. He probably overpaid for it then, and then he bought the property beside it, and then he put all of this money inside of it. And I think that people are confused because even in the housing market, my house is only worth what other houses around me have already sold for. So if other houses around me are only selling for 16 million, I can't ask 50 million for mine. No matter what I put into it, no matter if I put an elevator in it and I did all LED walls. When you walked in the room knew who you were. The market wouldn't care. The market just wouldn't care. Going to need to
Great.
sell that Spider-Man. What is wrong with my wife today? She
And
is
and Lou, my first car was a 76 Bug.
73 Bug, 76 Bug. Man, y'all are going way back. That was what, 15 years older than you?
No.
What is it? You bought one that was an antique before it was an antique.
If I were ever get one again, and which I love the old school style, especially if they're done right, would have to be like a 68 or something of that nature. The one with the smaller headlight, smaller bumper on the back looked so much better.
Chase, I truly appreciate you, bro.
Thank you very much. We'll have to hit that superhero chat as well.
We haven't like figured out what we're gonna do for super chats again, but I truly appreciate you, brother. When we figure it out, we'll let everybody know. We'll figure it out soon. For sure, we'll figure it out soon.
Yeah.
So I wanted to show everybody that so you can see what a $30 million home looks like. That's probably going to be on the market for the next 10 years. Maybe some of us should like offer, oh, this is his own like personal golfing hole. Oh, look at the outside of this thing. This thing is just beautiful. I have to give him credit for the amount of money that he's put into it. It's absolutely beautiful. I still don't know that it's worth that, but I'm not a retail, I'm not a housing guy anyway, so what do I know? I'm not a real estate person. I just know that it's a beautiful home that's well overpriced.
I'm just not. I don't know. It's cool, but I mean, even some houses just too much.
I pulled something up today just for you.
What's
This one's
that?
just for you. I know that you need to be cheered up a little bit, so I'm gonna have to like cheer you up a little bit. You seem a little down today. I don't want you to be down. I don't want you to be down. So I'm gonna go ahead and skip to what I pulled up just for you. I know you want to see this if I can find it. It's here. I promise you it's here. Oh, here we are. Here we are. I knew that you were anticipating this. I knew that you were anticipating
If I
this.
was in a bad mood, I'd probably go hang myself now. God, I hate NFTs.
Perry Gaming, what's up, brother?
Wow, I haven't seen Perry in here in a long time. I know Perry's just spliced some stuff off way bit, but good to see you in here, buddy. I definitely appreciate it.
Nobody's hitting that hard over there, though. Y'all are killing me by not hitting that hard. We're supposed to be hitting that hard the whole time. You're just supposed to be sitting here tapping. Tap 42. What is tap 42? What's that mean?
Tap 42. What's tap 42?
I don't know. What is tap 42? I'm curious as to what tap 42 is now.
Wait, is that on my thing?
Tap 42. So I knew that everybody was going to be into this one because this is going to be the digital Funko NFT, basically memes. Basically, it's just a meme that you spend money on with the ability to.
But even that pop itself is ugly as hell. If that's going to be one of their regular, pops they're going to do.
So it actually does look like it's going to be a redeemable. They made sure that it was just as ugly as they could possibly make it. I am this is one of them that let's see. They're not going to show me what the redeemable.
Oh, they're saying you have 42 tabs open.
Oh, I have 42 tabs open. Who has 42 tabs?
I'm usually the one that has them. I think what do I have today?
3, 4, 5,
I have
6,
1, 2, 3, 4.
I only got 12. 6, just 12 of them.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 tabs open on my screen. I typically have no less than 20 tabs open on my screen.
Only have 12 of them. Only 12 today. So this, God's to honest, is going to be a redeemable pop. I guess it's the only one that they're showing us right now that's going to be a redeemable pop. But this is a god awful, ugly, ugly pop. This is it. But I think maybe me and you are a little biased because Drop's not sponsoring us. They're not like sending us free packs.
Yeah, we're not sponsored by Drops. Plus I don't. They're gonna give out crap like this. I probably wouldn't want to be anyway. So
hey, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Since we know that the cards aren't actually in your deck until you pull them, we know that it's some kind of an algorithm, right? They say that it's an algorithm that decides what the cards are. that decides what the cards are when you open them, or at least that's like I guess that's what some people have been told, or maybe that's what Drop has told some people. Since we know these things, right, and the cards aren't like legitimately in there until you're ready. Listen to this. Listen to this one, Simon. Simon's trying to help out the cause. Appreciate you, Simon. Appreciate. Hold on. Let me hit this real quick. We got to hit the.
That one's for sure. That one's for sure.
Almost there. We're
Wow.
getting there. A little bit closer than we were a minute
Thank you
ago.
so much
Truly
for the super
appreciate
chat. Greatly appreciate it. Again, we
truly
will be
appreciate
bringing the egg back or some form of
Yeah,
it at some point.
we'll bring some form of it back before it's over with, but we appreciate y'all until then. Um, since you know that it's not like it's not set in stone, right? So there's no like there's it's not like a physical pack, right? It's not like the cards are already in here. I can't change these cards, right? Because they're already in this pack. We know that they can change the cards based on the algorithm or whatever. And so
I'm sure. So you're thinking like, let me just see if I'm thinking where you're going with this. You're thinking that maybe they're stacking packs.
what if, let's just hear me out, because we know that the packs aren't set in stone. What if I was giving packs to content creators? What if these content creators weren't necessarily announcing that they were getting free packs from these guys? Could they then stack the deck
They could.
for the packs that were being given to the content creators so that they hit big hits?
Well, I mean, if you're the company, of course, you want to be able to show off your high and not dollar items and make anybody think that anybody could pull these, but not really because they're not really getting the fair shot. Now, do I think this is also, I think, where a digital form like this does get bad because it can be easily manipulated to work in somebody's favor or to be put into somebody's favor, whether they're sponsored or whether they're whatever. And I think that's where when you have actual individually real card packs, it gives people the best opportunity. Now, I would also say if you are a YouTuber that is sponsored by them, of course, that they may not. Usually, if you're sponsored, you have to get approval from the company before you can publish the video. And of course, they're not going to want you to do this. But I would think as a moral standpoint, you should be disclosing that you are a sponsor. In fact, I believe if any of you guys are, which I know some of you guys are YouTubers, there is a thing when you upload a video that says, "Is this a sponsored video?" You are supposed to disclose that, nonetheless, that this is a sponsored video. And again, you should make it fair. You even tell them, "Hey, that I don't know what in these packs. I don't know what they've given me, but here's your chances." I believe in giving the truth and not just and again that's probably why I would probably never get sponsored and probably why I would I don't know.
But shouldn't you have to? I mean,
I think so.
shouldn't there be like some kind of shouldn't you have to disclose if someone is sponsoring me? I mean, so let's say, for example, Mystery Grail. Shouldn't you have to like disclose that these guys are sponsoring me? Or shouldn't you have to disclose that drop? And if you don't disclose it and then later you find out that these people were sponsored by them, does that mean that they were being dishonest? Because I believe that if you don't disclose that someone sponsored you,
I would
you're
agree.
being extremely dishonest to everybody else.
100%. I think being dishonest to your community. I think you're being dishonest to the people that watch you. I think you're being dishonest to the people that may want to buy these because they're going to see you open up a stacked pack and think, well, okay, if you got that kind of chances, maybe I can. So you're helping steal people's money in false pretenses, and I think that is incredibly wrong.
So as I brought these up, I wanted to talk about that for a minute because it seems like these companies are sponsoring more and more people, and they're not sponsoring people out in the open. And I really feel like that if you're going to be sponsored by some of these people, that it should be out in the open. I mean, it should 100% be out in the open. Like for example, anytime I say hit that Entertainment Earth link up right down in the description below, I make sure to say I am affiliated with Entertainment Earth. I'm going to receive a few pennies every time you do something through that link because I morally feel like that is the right thing to do. There's
Agreed.
nothing that says I have to do that, but I morally feel like if I'm going to tell you that to hit that link and to buy through them, not I do myself buy through them, but I feel like I'm obligated to let you know that they are going to give me a few pennies if you use that link, right?
Yeah,
So I feel like that there should seriously, like, be some kind of disclosure that happens in these situations that I don't feel like is happening, and it's actually kinda tragic that it's not happening, but let's get off of that one because there's some other really cool stuff coming up. I don't know if you caught this. Did you catch the video that I did Monday? You probably didn't catch it, but Monday, I did a video that was another one of my, like,
yeah. It was
the pops you aren't gonna believe they're on the rise, or I don't even know what I call it. It's something like sales or grails or something like that. The minis, the little minis, the little mini bitties, the little mini
yeah.
bit I'm gonna tell everybody right now what the number 1 on this list was in case you didn't see it because I only picked like 4. I don't do a whole lot of them. There is a Batman, itty bitty mini bitty, whatever.
Bitty pops.
Whatever you call these stupid things. There is a Batman that is considered a chase rare that is going for $40. Now listen to me. This thing is this big. This big. This thing is this big.
Yeah, but again, it's no different than I've just gone online just to as acquisitive type thing. My kids love getting those other little like the shop ones. I can't remember what they're called anymore. But the little small packages that come in the ball, and there's some that are uber rare on there. I just looked up to see, and people are selling those for big money on eBay and shit all the time.
People are selling what, on the
Um,
minis?
not just the Disney minis, but like my kids have these little stores, and you open up these little mystery packs. I can't remember what the hell they're called. Um, Basically, what they kind of copied this off of.
What? Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. The minis that yeah, they basically, like, copied, like, their thoughts on I
Yeah.
see that Simon says that, Ryan's World actually got sued for not
Yes,
disclosing. Look, I don't wanna say that out loud, but I'm one of those I truly believe that you should have to disclose these things. I think that there should be some kind of something that says that you have to disclose these. I believe that there should be more enforcement that says that you have to disclose these. I believe in that so much so that I disclose it every time, and I know that Chris discloses it every time because, we feel so strongly that you should have to be totally transparent with everybody,
I
that
agree.
that you shouldn't be able to do that. Thinking of transparency, though, there was something that dropped in our group chat today that said that the terms and conditions of YouTube are about to change, and they're going to. It looks like they're going to lower the watch time that you need to get
Um,
into to 3,000 hours versus 4,000
yeah,
hours.
yes and no. There is two sides to this because they're adjusting the um basically they're still keeping the full monetization at the same amount, thousand subscribers, 4,000 watch hours, but they're making a secondary tier for people coming up kind of in, to encourage them to do more, where we should also be able to, because I believe before you couldn't sell like shirts and stuff like that on our front page or on our items without getting, I think you had to get like 10,000 subscribers, something like that. So that should be opening up to us now. But now there's a new one where if you get 500 subscribers, 3,000 watched hours, or so many short hours, you can now get opportunities for super chats, super stickers,
All right.
the thanks. So you can have opportunities to get money at that without getting the full. You're not still not going to get the full monetization, But you have opportunities.
So let me pull that down for a minute. Let me so this is something that I kind of like said in the group chat today, and you can either tell me how you feel about this, or you could tell me I'm completely wrong. Um so when I monetize, the watch hours are the hardest thing to get.
So
You're not gonna get 3,000 watch hours with 500 subscribers. To me, that feels like they tried to trick you. It to me is what I feel like happened there. They tried to like bamboozle you into believing that they were making it easier. At 1,000 subscribers, I maybe had 1,500 watch hours, maybe. I mean, I had to fight tooth and nail to get those watch hours. Maybe had 15
your
because
watch hours
it's a
is the
rolling
hardest.
change. It's a rolling change every month. Every month, it's a rolling change.
Well, yeah,
Um,
because it's not based off of your whole time. It's based off of a 365
Fi
day window.
window, yes, that's what it's based off of. The last major update, YouTube did like this. They decided to make you to get paid off short form content. And I think that I'm gonna say this out loud, and maybe a lot of people won't share this with you, but I will. They pay 3 cents for every 1,000 views on your short form content. Listen to me, 3 cents for every 1,000 views is what you get paid on your short form content. They took away some of the funding in your long form content to cover the funding for the short form content. I am now making less than half of what
But
I made when I originally monetized 2 years ago.
I think there's also differences to that too, because just as we've all known, in order for when you're monetized, it depends on the type of content you're putting out, and it depends on really what dollar value advertisers are willing to spend on your area. Now, for me, going from being monetized doing Funko stuff to being monetized doing travel stuff, I noticed a big difference. My percentage opened up more. I was getting a higher dollar amount per
True.
thousand
Yeah.
views based on doing travel.
It's
Um,
it's based on what you're doing, the niche
and
you're in.
and so I did see a small drop. Yes, you are correct. They did almost basically because YouTube's still going to get their same money. That's regardless.
Yes.
So yes, you're averaging it in there. I'll tell you flat out, and I'm going to give you 100% discretion. If anyone thinks that they are going to make money on shorts, now again, you have to be pulling in thousands and thousands and almost
Hundreds
in the
of
millions
thousands.
views to really make money. I'm right now probably in the past 28 days, I'm averaging an estimated about 87 cents on short-term content, and for every 1,000 views, I make about 11 cents.
Look, I get around 150,000 views every 28 days.
And
Around
and I
158,000.
look at this. Perry says
Um,
himself. He had a video that did 10 million views. He got $500.
yes. So it
How
the
much money are they making off of that 10 million views?
So the monetization on, and I said this in a group chat today, and we're gonna get through this and I'm gonna move on. I would not even monetize now if I would have known then what I know now, right? Because there's so many things with monetization that kind of start to hinder you. Like I can't say what I want to say because they can start stopping my videos or flagging my videos. Maybe if I say a cuss word, maybe if I used music that they don't agree with, there's things they can do to penalize me now that they couldn't do to me if I wasn't monetized, right?
Oh yeah.
So there's things that they can come at me with that they couldn't do before that. I would not even monetize because it's not worth it unless I had 100,000 followers. It
Yeah.
wouldn't even be worth it to me at this point unless because there's so many things I could do that I couldn't do without the strikes that they would put on me now. So and then if I did it now, I would never get monetized. So there's all kinds of things now that I could beg for forgiveness later if I wasn't monetized that I can't do now. So I would not even take that road because it's just simply not it's not the revenue that people think. It's not.
And
It,
and
it
and and going back to between that and what we were talking about before, you also have to remember too, guys, that when you do things like a sponsored, sure, that you've swung a deal with somebody to provide you so much money per video, which they have to approve. Now, here's the thing, and Wayne and I have talked about this many times because he may have had people that reached out to him in travel industry. I have the opportunity where I can create something called a media package and send that out to people and try to get maybe somebody like Great Wolf Lodge, try to get a couple nights for free. I've thought about it. I honestly have. But here's the difference between being when you're sponsored and or you get invited to something like that, is there is a obligation in a certain sense that you're going to talk good about them regardless of whether you actually believe it.
Right, and they
I
might have to approve the video.
exact. A lot of times with sponsorships, they have to approve the video before you can actually publish them. I prefer that. I would rather give you, especially if I'm doing travel, and I go out someplace like a Great Wolf Lodge outside of Disney. I want you guys to have the full experience, the full knowledge. I'm not gonna lower down my I want to be able to say what I want to say, basically.
Did you hear that Pat Sajak's going to be retiring? Not Pat Sajak. That
Yes, Pat Sajak, he's retiring.
Yeah, Pat Sajak is retiring.
Yeah. I think he just retired. I think Vanna White was supposed to retire with him or something.
What?
Like yeah.
I didn't think those days would ever come. That Pat Sajak. I figured that Vanna White had done found like the fountain of youth, and she was
Haven't they been doing that since the 80s?
They've been doing that as long as I can remember. As long as I have the Pat Sajak and I can't even say it. Banana. I can't even get it out of my mouth. It's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Anyways, I have their pops here somewhere. This is a big deal. So a lot of people know that like to build your own pop, you have to go to Funko HQ. You can build your own pop there. That forever you've been able to go online, make your little character, but you haven't been able to order it until now. So they are about to roll out, or they have already rolled out. I don't know which one it is to be exact, but I know that this is really new news. You can now go on there, build your own pop, order your own pop, have the pop delivered to you from the safety of your home. You don't have to go into the HQ and have it done. I haven't done this. I think that it'd be really fun to do it. Maybe one day I will sit down and do it, but I've also had some really cool customs sent to me by you guys of me. So I don't know that I would do it, but it's a really fun idea. So if you haven't popped yourself, have you ever popped yourself?
No.
What do you mean?
Well, no, not really.
You've never like went on their site and made the character. My character has bright purple hair. Never like made the character of yourself. Anybody made the character?
Never actually did it.
What? Are you kidding me? Are you messing with me at this moment?
I'm dead serious.
You must be messing with me at this moment.
The only pop character I've ever actually used in something was a Captain America, so it wasn't me. It was just a Captain America logo. But that was it. I never actually did it.
So Chase says it's about time that they did this. I 100% agree, guys. Y'all should be hitting that, hit that like the little heart over there, or the 100%, or one of those guys where you're just sitting there chilling. Help us out in the algorithm, and if you hadn't already hit that thumbs up, hit that thumbs up. Help us out a little bit on there. Let's get this one going a little bit today.
41 years Pat Sajak's been doing Wheel of Fortune.
41 years. I noticed it last week when we were hitting the heart, and we were hitting that. We were getting more people to come join us. So make sure that you're hitting that. I'm very disappointed. What? Why are you disappointed? Are you kidding me? Oh, I don't even know that I want to talk to like Simon about this stuff. He's gonna like tell me like negative stuff about Funko. I'm not listening to you, Simon. I'm gonna with no whammies is what I'm about to start saying here. We're gonna go no whammies. So I was kind of on Funko site today. Every once in a while I get on their site. They have like a fandom, which was kind of like this Jimi Hendrix theme is kind of what they had on the front of it. It was a whole like Jimi Hendrix theme fandom. Check this out. I want you to check out the amount of black light pops that they have on there. So I just recently picked up this Red Hood. I don't know if you've seen the Red Hood, but I recently picked that guy up. Anybody remember this one? This one is on there. Elvira is on there. We've got last year's like Walmart Artist Series for $30. What are they smoking? they started smoking something with that one. Is that
black and whites have gone? What is all over? Wait, is that small images of Zero on Zero?
So it looks like small images of Zero, the mayor, Oogie Boogie. It looks like all of the characters are just kind of on him. I don't know what makes them think that it's worth it's worth the $30 though. Why is it worth $30? Can somebody tell me why it's worth $30?
Well, it's the artist series, so I'm gonna assume the artist series. Um, Probably they because that the artist series they always force you to get a hard stack, so that of course you got to pay for it get with pop protector. Yeah, so yeah, they force you to buy the hard stack. So really, the majority of the price of that is a hard stack.
$30 worth of a hard stack? How much is a hard stack now?
$20, I guess. I don't know.
20,
I have no
20
idea.
bucks? That's why I don't buy hard stacks anymore. You know, I'm not sure what I need to keep in a hard stack that's going to need to be protected that well. I mean, if it needs to go in a hard stack, it probably needs to. I'm traveling with it, is why it's in a hard stack. And then once I get to where I'm going, I'm going to take it out of the hard stack. Look, that slightly seems ridiculous, but I don't know if y'all have ever had a chance to like check out like the fandom side of it where they have like this theme stuff. So you can still get on there and get the Pennywise it. I still say that this is one of the hardest its they've ever made. This to me is still like up in the top, like top its that they've ever made. But this one is also an Entertainment Earth exclusive. A lot of they have a whole lot of exclusives on here. A whole lot of exclusives on here.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
They seem to again. That's something they already put out, and they just producing more quantities, more. Start vaulting this stuff.
I agree that they should definitely start vaulting it, but I think the problem is all of this is in their warehouse and they can't vault it. So this is the jumbo now are $45.
Wait, I think the jumbos used to be like 30 or 40 bucks.
25.
Yeah.
25.
I remember when I started getting a lot of the zombie ones, they were $30 at Walmart.
Yeah, I think they were 25 at Black Friday when they had the original like drop of the zombie line was 25. I don't know. This they've like really like started shooting for the moon when it comes to this stuff. But that Oogie Boogie's pretty cool. He's pretty cool.
There's a new series of Bitty Pops.
There's a new series of Bitty Pops out.
New series of Bitty Pops.
If you missed this poster, you can get it half off at this moment. The Alice in Wonderland Blacklight is the only one that I don't have. The only one that I'm not going to get because it's Alice in Wonderland. She's just boring.
Yeah, the new series is Disney Princess.
Rocket. In case you missed it, what do you mean? You're looking at it now?
Yeah, I just went out. I just went out of the Funko to just look at shop all.
What do you mean shop all?
Go to fandoms.
Are you trying to get me sidetracked?
There you go. Of course I am.
You didn't. What are you trying to say? You don't want the candy stuff?
No, candies are horrible.
What is wrong with you? The candies are great.
Yeah.
Blue said $30. $30 sounds right. I could have swore they were like 25 to 30, depending on like where you're at.
I mean, if you find it in store, you could probably get a deal and get it for a little less. But yeah, I think 30 was around the average price.
You could get the Batman right now for $6. You could get the candy version of the Batman.
I could see Chase eating a candy out of Batman's head on this show.
Chase has probably got 15 of these already on his shelf that is never going to be eaten. It's just going to be candy that sits here. I'm looking for the new Bitty Pops that you're talking about. I don't see the new Bitty Pops.
I want to get Lou, Andrew from the Luau, to get one of those and eat all the candies in one show, and I will give you a super chat for that one.
Hold on, what are we doing?
We're trying to challenge Andrew to eating empty out an entire pop in one show of it.
No. That's too easy. Is Andrew in here? This is what Andrew needs to do. This is the challenge I have for Andrew. That was just too easy. This is easy. This is the one I have for Andrew. You have to get all of your lobsters, all of your dunk lobsters together. You have to put them in a box. I don't know how many pairs you got. Hold on. We should start with what shoe size are you? Because I'm hoping that you're somewhere around.
He's not letting go any of his shoes.
I'm hoping that he's somewhere around an 8.5 or 9. Andrew, what shoe size would you say you are? Hopefully like an 8.5, maybe a 9, maybe a 9.5. If we're like being adventurous, I might be able to like slide that in. So there, that'll work. That'll work. So he needs to get all of his lobsters together. He needs to put them in a box. He needs to make sure that they're very secure in this box. Tape it together and then put WayneKo's address on it.
He says he's 9.5.
That's right. That would work. I mean, that'll work. I'm 8.5, like to 9.5,
Good
just kind of
lord, man! I feel like I got huge feet. Then you guys got small ass feet.
just
I'm
depending
a
on
size 11.5.
just depending on like what shoe it is. I'm somewhere like in that adventure. So look, I'm convinced that that's what you need to do. That's the challenge. You just get them all together. Maybe some like what the donks would be nice. You throw those in there. Oh man,
But
is this
see,
the one?
I almost question even the candy challenge because if you've ever been a guest on Luau's show, he always sends you an entire box of candy. If he's sending you that much candy, this fool's got to be eating enough candy. So he's probably like diluted with sugar by now at this point. So it's just doesn't affect him.
No, I think that he works for a candy company.
Oh.
I think that that's what's going on there. But anyways. So is this what you're talking about? The Princess's Bitty Pops?
Yes,
Chase or
that's a
Chase
new video.
Chase Chase already ordered 15 of these with his lounge fly bags. Lounge fly bags, 15 of them.
Andrew says,
Yes.
I have a lot, but keto for 3 years. There you go. I do eat very little sugar. Yeah, that's because you give away all the sugar to everybody else.
So Chase is gonna collect these right there beside his lounge fly bags. He's gonna
I
have the
might
Bitty
actually have
Pops.
to get these just for my kids.
Look, they're if this is what you're into, they're pretty cool. I mean, the Bitty Pops are okay. I won't ever order any more Bitty Pops just because they're not what I'm into. But I did order
Respectable.
some just to see what they were like. The problem I have with them is you're gonna end up with extras of that mystery. So
Yeah.
you're gonna end up with extras. I hate the fact that they did that so that you're gonna end up with extras. I wish they would have gave me the ability to choose that I don't want a blind box versus I want a blind box. That way I could.
In order to get the full set, you got to keep buying them until you get the 4 mystery, and there's one that's probably very, very
Yes.
difficult to find.
The one right now that's for sale with the Batman for $40 is an example. There's still a lot of stuff on here for sale, and I think we talked about this last time, is that their stuff's just not
Oh,
selling
there's
out
still
anymore.
a ton of stuff on there. I mean, I've had plenty of time to decide if I want that Mickey Mouse Vault display, whatever it is, and I think the was it the die cut Mickey? I think that's still up there for sale. So
Is it still on here too? Look,
yeah,
we'll go to their exclusives real quick and see. We got a minute. How much does a Disney season pass cost?
annual pass for Disney right now. Here I'll actually give it to you. Well, first of all, normal outside of Florida resident, really, you only get I think 1 or 2 passes to choose from.
What does that mean outside of a Florida resident? That sounded
So
racist.
they have different options. You have 2 main options. That is for people outside of Florida residents, and then they have ones that are Florida resident only.
What if
So
I
you
identify as a Florida resident?
huh?
What if I identify as a Florida resident?
I don't think they accept that.
What do you
I
mean?
think you have to show an ID that says you're a Florida resident.
I identify as a Florida. We're gonna have to like.
As long as you can get a Florida ID, that's all that matters. But you get the highest one is the Disney and Credit Pass, which has no blackout dates, and this is the main one that anybody can go out and buy. Actually, pretty much for a lot of people, it's the only one you can buy, and that is $1,399 a year.
Oh,
The next one down is the Sorcerer Pass, which is only available for Florida residents, Disney and Disney Vacation Club members, and that's $969. And then you got the Pirate Pass and the Pixie Pass, which are Florida resident only, which are $749 and $399 respectively. There it is.
well, this guy is still on there. He's about 1,000 down, but he is still on there. You can currently still pick him up, I guess. They didn't. There's no limited number on this one. What did they do here?
I don't think they did limited on these ones. Could be wrong.
Well, I don't necessarily know if they did a limited number, but they all sold out before. So I'm slightly shocked that this one didn't sell out.
Like I said, I really don't think Disney's selling out. I mean, Disney. I don't think Funko's selling out of anything right now.
Hold on. Who's this one? Who is this?
HFC Paranormal.
This sounds familiar.
Yeah, why does it sound familiar?
Who is this?
I'm trying to remember what HCF means. It
I feel like
is,
we should know this.
and he's been in the show. He's been in the chat before.
Look, I identify as a Florida resident. I'm telling y'all, my new identity is a Florida resident. I am a Floridian. Is that how you say it, Chris? I am a Floridian.
Floridian.
I am a Floridian. Going forward, I am a Floridian.
And I completely agree with Lou. To be honest, I mean, there are some people that are willing to spend the $1,400, but really, unless you are more of a Central Florida resident and can probably at least go to the parks, I'd say at least twice a month. Because if you figure a ticket to Magic Kingdom right now, I think on the high season is about $160. So 160, yeah, you'll have gotten your money's worth by I think half a year.
I identify as a Floridian. I don't understand this. This is how we're going with this from now on. That's how I identify.
Yeah, you would have to go to Disney 12 times before thing of the average. You have to go to Disney about 12 times before you got your money's worth.
All right, so I noticed that their site's back to doing something that's kind of stupid, and every time you try and back, it makes you start from the very beginning of the list, no matter how far down in the list you went. It makes you start all the way back at the top of the list, which is really annoying.
I know what it means now. Isn't it HCF Horror Collector Fiend?
I can't remember. I'm trying to remember, and I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure that's
I know that we should know who this is. Is it Horror
Collector
Fan? Horror Collect. I feel like we should absolutely know who this is.
I'm pretty sure that's it.
Whoever it is changed their name. They changed their name.
Did you see the okay, so again, I'll go with the Disney Pops. But I search most of my stuff through I get most of my stuff on Amazon, which Amazon does have some decent Disney or decent Funko on sale right now. But they just released of course they have corresponding with the Walt train that I have in the back. They released the Steamboat Willie part of the train. They released the Darth Vader one, and they recently just released what the next one was, and I can't remember right now, but it's actually pretty dang cool. I believe it is actually who is it? It was Woody, and he's sitting on the Luxo ball, which I think is kind of cool. Wait, they got this thing back available again?
This thing is still available, which is really
Did it originally sell out?
This thing sold out, and they put it back on, and sold out, and put it back on, and sold out, and put it back on. There's probably a bazillion of these sitting in their warehouse somewhere in a corner. They have them stacked up to the ceiling. Probably got like a couple hundred more thousand of them. They'll probably start putting these in other mystery boxes. To be honest, they were like, "Yeah, this one's going to go in a different mystery box because we've milked this cow as long as we possibly could."
Yeah, I mean, like I said, that Venom Pop is really, really cool. I mean, you already now know what you're going to get in the rest of it. The rest of it's crap. So if you're willing to pay $30 for that pop, I guess that's a different story.
Yeah, I mean, you already know that the rest of it's just garbage. Should have said that I'm someone famous. We got you. We got you.
So I do want to get. I'll give you guys some good sales right now. You do have right now the Snow White movie poster, same one I got down here, is on sale right now on Amazon for $34.99. The Pinocchio one is currently on sale for $36.50. The Fantasia one is I see on sale right now for $48.49, and this current vendor has a 20% off coupon. So there's definitely, if you want to get the movie posters, they are for sale. So definitely check out. And I think I have some of these. And hey, I'll give you a little promotion only because I tried it out. I'll probably get kicked off soon. But if you guys are wanting to get some movie posters on my Facebook page, I do post up a lot of these items, and it does go to an Amazon affiliate site. So yeah, I get a couple bucks for each one. So I'll throw that out there.
So this thing is still for sale, which is the Mega Boba Fett.
Is that the large one?
This is like the only large pop that I've honestly considered buying multiple times. It is the mega of
Oh,
mega.
that's the huge one.
Yeah, this is the huge guy.
18-inch one. That one's cool though. I really do like that one. I think I haven't really considered a lot of the 18-inch pops except for maybe Iron Man, which is kind of cool, but this Boba Fett one's pretty awesome too.
Yeah, no, that Boba Fett is really awesome, and so it's the only, like, 18-inch that I've honestly considered, like, buying
Good night,
multiple
Candyman.
times. It is the GameStop exclusive, somehow it's gonna be on Funko site for exclusive. Good night, Candyman, we truly appreciate you coming by. We're still trying to figure out who HCF Phenomenal Paranormal is. Um we're gonna be stuck on this one for a while. So check this out. Remember a second ago when I said that it's slightly annoying. Do you remember back in the day, every time you would back up in Funko, it would kick you all the way back to the very beginning,
Yeah.
right? So, and their site was fixed until here recently, and it does it all over again. So it kicks you all the way back to the very first page. They do have a lot of the like Justice League stuff right now on their page. They have this guy in case you were wanting him. He is not limited to anything, which is very disappointing.
Dennis
He is
Rodman.
Yeah, he's just kind of on there. If they would have limited him to like 3,000, he would have sold out super fast. He would have went up in price. I honestly thought maybe they were going to try and pull a sneaky one on us, but they didn't. They didn't try and pull a sneaky one on us. He's just going to be a regular bag and pop combo for $55. I really think that 50 is where Funko wants to price their pops at.
Yeah, I would
Would
agree with you on
would
that
you
one.
still buy them if they were at $50?
The pops themselves? No,
Yes.
no.
What do you mean?
I struggle with some of their other pricing. That's why I wait on like places like Amazon for them to go down in price, and I watch the pricing for that. But yeah, a lot of times especially the sodas. I mean, I'm sorry, but the fact that a small soda costs more than an actual pop now is just sad.
It is really sad, and I don't see that changing anytime soon, so the sodas are what, $18 now if you're
Yeah.
buying exclusive. Um, it's so cool they use the same old 15 times. Yeah, Funko does that all the time. Funko does it.
Oh, did I tell you I actually got something? What's funny is I didn't even know I ordered it.
What do you
I
mean?
got something in the mail the other day, and I'm like, what the hell? It was from Entertainment Earth.
What do you got?
Forgot I even apparently put this on pre-order and didn't even notice a transaction come through on my account. I had no idea. It came in a big old box. I'm like, what did I don't even remember having something on it, but I had to get my Stan Lee.
Stan the Man. So is that a comic cover?
Yeah.
Are you taking
Yeah.
it out of the box?
Yeah, I just got it, so I haven't even taken the plastic off of it. But I'll probably put it on the corner over there where some of my other comic covers are. But I like this. I've always especially standing, and they also have a Disney Plus series that's going to be starting soon. That's basically going to talk about. It's almost like a documentary type thing of talk about Stan and how he got started and everything like that. So. See, Chase did tell us. We did guess it
I
right. Chase
know.
said we were right.
I know. I seen it that time. Chase was like, "All right, let me help y'all out again." Chase like, "Let me help you out for the second time."
Oh,
Since
no, Chase, I agree with you there. If that 18-inch was a Mandalorian, oh yeah, I'd be all over that.
Get me a chrome spray can and I'll spray paint it chrome for you, and you can call it Mandalorian. I mean, it's the exact same thing. Let's be honest. Let's be
It's
completely
not the
honest.
same thing. Boba's helmet has dents. Mando's is nice, chrome, and smooth.
Okay, that's true. You got me
That's
there.
just like my 6-inch up there. I love that's probably one of my favorite 6-inch or is it 10-inch pop. 10-inch pop. That's one of my favorite 10-inch pops I have is that silver Mandalorian. That helmet is just shiny.
Okay, so you got me there. There's a slight difference in the fact that one has a dent in it and one doesn't. But other than that, there's no difference in it whatsoever. They're the
What,
exact
just
same
because they're
thing.
both Mandalorian?
They're both Mandalorians.
That doesn't count.
It does count. They all look the same.
Does not count.
Did you see these guys?
Mr. T. Oh, these are magazine covers too. I do like the magazine covers. I've never gotten one, but I kind of like the magazine. But I think they kind of shortchanged you on this because you're going to show a magazine cover with two wrestlers, and you're just going to give you Mr. T. It's like
Right.
that should have been a double character.
So for $60, you could have both of these guys. They did it to me again. Oh, that is so annoying. Come on, y'all stop with that nonsense. So for $60, you could have both of these guys. You could have the Mr. T version and the Hulk Hogan version with the exact same cover. $30 to me is too much. It's too much. It's too much.
I agree.
They got to quit with that extreme pricing is the way I look at this. They've messed up so badly that they're going to push the cost on you no matter what the cost is, and they just expect us to take it because they have messed up so badly.
Yeah, and like I said, I think the fact that they're selling these in two different sets. So yes, for $60, you're gonna have the same exact background on both, but different characters in. And that shit really, I think that really should have been like maybe almost like a movie poster type size with both of them.
I agree with you.
That
They should have 100% did both of them, and it probably should have been a poster versus like
because
the
because at that point I would have been happier paying $60 for one item in a large case rather than now I got two almost the same items. Yeah, it's. I think
they
that's
are Target exclusives. I actually thought they were supposed to be like Target Con exclusives, though. I thought we were going to see another Target Con. They still have this guy for sale at $50 if you just want to buy like 5 pops that you don't want in your collection,
Did
and then
anybody
they're
ever
going.
find out what those other 5 pops are?
I think
Who got the mystery box?
I don't really think anybody fell for this one this
Lou,
time.
have a good night.
I don't really think anybody fell for this one this time.
Well, because they really shot themselves in the foot, to be honest with you. Because first of all, that Freddy is not strong enough.
No.
And after everybody saw the crap mystery items they got from the Venom one, I mean, at least the Venom was strong enough to hold up on its own, but everyone knew that it was just a product dump. So now you're getting 5 shitty pops that you would probably rather just kick out the door.
Yeah, I would rather you just sell me the Freddy Funko at $15 and then we move on versus to like making me pay the $50 for something that's not really a mystery box. It's not thought out. And that's
Exactly.
that's that's where Funko messed up in this. If they would have thought it out, if they would have put 4 mascots and 2 Freddys in there and made both the Freddys as weak as they are now, they'd have been okay, but that's not at all what they did. Instead, they just decided they were gonna get rid of 5 of their pops, make you pay $50 for it, and then give you the Freddy anniversary. And then they probably write the Freddy anniversary off as a loss on
Yeah.
top of that. I mean, so they probably write that one off as a loss and then charge you $10 a piece for the other ones. I don't know. Look, I'm not down for the fact that they've messed up and now they're pushing the price off on us. I do think that they still have a few like fire things coming out this year. I'm still confused on why they have not like announced what they're going to have at the San Diego Comic-Con because I feel like we're really close to the San
Yeah.
Diego Comic-Con for there not to be an announcement. And they
Well,
haven't.
we haven't gotten a lot of normal things. Where's the Funkoween stuff that
We
hasn't been announced?
You're right. We didn't get the Pride Month stuff. We didn't get
Yeah.
Funkoween. Um, I f I feel like that Funko is really, like, in a bad place right now, and I'm hoping that they somehow get out of it, but I don't think we're going to be able to buy the mystery boxes this year from the SDCC. Every year they have the Fun Day mystery boxes that go up for sale. They haven't announced that. They haven't announced how you'll get them. If they'll sell them before they normally sell them a week before the show so that you can have them the day of the show so that you can open them with them. That's not at all doesn't look like that's happening this year. Funko seems like they're in a really, really rough place right now, and that I'm hoping that they pull themselves back out of it.
It'd be
But
nice.
but once I see that their CEO is selling their house, it makes me question, like, are they going to pull out of it or not? I mean,
Maybe he has to pay back the stock investors.
I don't know if that's it or not, but historically, every time something major happened in Funko, you can look at Mariotti. Like, he sold his stock like 3 months before the stock crashed. I mean, you can historically look at everything that he's done and look at there's been a reason as to why it's happening.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, you can historically look that he's always been a few months ahead of everything else. And it almost makes me wonder if he knows that he's about to be unemployed. And if he knows that he's about to be unemployed, where is he going to work from there?
Well, I don't think it's necessarily that 100% yet, because I thought, they brought him back. Now, do I still think that, I think slowly, because we always kind of saw that 2023 was going to be more of a transitional year for Funko than anything. So, I think they just brought him back. Do I think Marriott is a douche personally, but I think he's doing better than the last CEO did. So I think they're still in transition. I think they're doing product dumps because they're just trying to clear out the warehouse without everybody yelling at them for throwing that shit away in the dumps. I really think that's where that's coming from. So for that aspect, to a certain level, they can't win going one way and they can't win going the other way. So it's really one of those things. But I still see a better direction in where they're going. I still think this entire year is going to be more of a transition for Funko, and I think next year, if they go where I think they're hoping to go, I think it'll be a better year.
For my collection's sake, I hope you're right, but I do believe that Chase is onto something. When his contract ends, so will he. I am almost a firm believer of it at this moment. I also think that maybe we're going to start hearing about Funko merging with other companies coming up here soon. I think that Funko is in a rough place right now, and I don't know how they're getting out of it. I've been thinking of ways that they're going to get out of it, but through all the things they're not doing tells me that they're cash strapped and
Yeah,
they're
yes, but I think before they went that route, I think before that you see the ship really is completely sinking, I think you're gonna if they're going that route, then I think you're going to start seeing them sell off assets. I
yes,
think you'll start seeing
100%.
them sell off, Loungefly will be get
Yes.
sold off.
Yep.
Whatever other assets that they have will start to get sold off. That's when if you see a big brand like Loungefly who has big contract deals with people like Disney, and they sell off a big name like that, that at that point I think you're going to say, yeah, they're in trouble.
I
But
I
that's just
I
me.
I'm sorry, I was trying to read what Chase was saying over there, and he says at least that he's not gonna take him out in the desert and snuff him out.
Oh no, that's
That
from, I
dude,
don't know if you've
you're
ever seen it.
so
There was
funny.
a
What?
after Iger came back and Chapek got fired, there was a really funny, and I recommend anybody to see it. It was hilarious. But there is a really funny video of basic guys kind of portraying Bob Iger and Bob Chapek, and then he brought up a laptop with Mickey. Mickey's basically telling him why they're firing him and getting rid of him, and basically saying, you effed up the magic, Bob. You did the one thing you don't do. You effed up the magic.
You
It,
effed up
it's
the magic.
it's absolutely hilarious.
Alright, so I'm
And
gonna have to
I
go
think
look
there's
that
some
up.
truth. I think there's some truth to it. I mean, at
Mickey
that point,
Mickey firing him? Is that what it is?
yes, yeah.
Mickey firing, yeah, I'll definitely have to go look that up.
I'll find you the actual video. It's hilarious.
So there's still a few things out there that we really didn't like go over today, but Funko is always feast or famine. So we either have lots of news or we have very little news. In the world of Funko right now, there's not a whole lot going on other than the fact that Mariotti is selling his home. I do believe that that's a big red flag that everybody should be like really paying attention to that because everything that he has done when it comes to Funko historically has been a clue to something. And so that's a big flag to me that he has something going on that he's not necessarily wanting us to know about, whether that means he's about to quit or the company is about to fire him or the company is about to merge with somebody else. I don't know what is going on there, but there's so many things that we're not seeing that we've normally seen already from Funko that also tells me that there's a lot deeper problems. I mean, the fact that their shareholders are suing them, there's a lot of things right now that I think that we will see coming into this year. I still don't believe that Funko is going anywhere because you said it yourself. They have a lot of assets they can sell.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, they could sell Loungefly. They could sell a lot of things. I do think that we will eventually see them merge with another company, though. Whether it's
Possible.
whether it's Mattel or Hasbro, most likely Hasbro than Mattel. I do believe that eventually we will see them geeking out with Mel.
Speaking,
Good see,
I
good
had to
see.
get a little shout out. This is my fellow Disney fanatic. If you've never seen, if you're into Disney just as much as I am, and you're into some of the merchandise stuff like that, definitely check Mel out. I actually ran into her. We didn't actually plan on meeting up at Disney. She just apparently happened to be in town, and we ran into each other at one of the stores. It was actually kind of funny. So definitely we'll have to get together and talk some Disney at some point. But other than that, what do you have going on
Man,
this week?
I don't even know what I got going on this week. I'm busy. That's what I have going on this week. But I did find this just sitting on my shelf. So
I don't know though. You just told your wife how much that can run. That thing may disappear.
I doubt it. It'll sit down here. I've got pops down here that'll work more than that. So I doubt it. It might end up in a mystery box one day though. So who knows? Who knows? I don't know. I don't really have anything going on. Just the normal stuff. Catch me video Monday, video Friday, bunch of shorts in between. YouTube is playing with my reach right now, which I don't necessarily agree with, but they are. So it's the same old stuff. Just come check me out. I'm catering more to my audience than I ever have before, which is kind of different for me. Just come and check me out. See what's going on.
Definitely. Hopefully this week I didn't get any Disney news out this upcoming week because I was actually busy doing schoolwork, so I do apologize. But this week definitely we'll have a Disney 5 minutes of Disney, and I'm gonna start reworking a little bit more new stuff into my short reels as well. So if you're not able to make the 5 minutes, even though it's just 5 minutes, we can try to catch you on the short time. So those coming up soon. But definitely want y'all to have a wonderful week. We'll be back here next week, and we'll see. Oh, actually, we'll be back on Wayne's channel next week. So don't forget that. Come on, hang out with us. It's always a bunch of fun. And don't forget to hit that like button before you leave. And I'll give one other shout out to two good friends. Don't forget to go to Saturday with Chase's Kingdom morning brew Funko review, and then go over to the luau on Sunday nights before you end your weekend and go ahead and hang out with him. So other than that, y'all have a great one. Take it easy.
Have a good one, guys.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Sometimes the easiest things to do take the longest amount of time to get done. I don't know if anybody's ever noticed that, but before we get out of here real quick, guys, don't forget to go check our channel memberships out. These are both very new features to Mr. Techbot and myself, but we're both very proud that we have made it to this point. So go check out our memberships. The link should be down in the description below. If it's not down in the description below, you should be able to go to any one of our videos and it'll be down in the description below. So make sure you go check that out. It's super cool, fun way to get interactive with the channel. You'll get some really cool icons, some really cool emojis you can drop over in that super chat. You can drop over there in that chat so that you can flex on everybody a little bit. And don't forget that any and all super chats will go down in the description after this video is over. Give us 15, 20, maybe even 30 minutes to get it down in there. I mean, we might not be able to do it right away. You know, we've got to eat dinner and still hang out with our family, but we truly appreciate all of you guys, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Have a good one.